Mabuhay guys, and in today's video we are going thrifting. Now this is something that I personally love doing as someone that loves vintage shopping and finding clothes that are really different. And something that I've learned here in the Philippines is that the Filipinos really care about the environment, not only taking care of their beautiful oceans, but also they actually like shopping sustainably as well. So if you watched my recent vlog in Manila, which is at BGC, I actually spoke to an eco shop owner here, and he told me about people here in the heart of the Philippines wanting more sustainable clothing. So this is something that I want to uncover here in the vintage area of Manila. So I've noticed that there is a few vintage shops around here. A lot of them are actually in Quezon City, which unfortunately I don't have time to see today, but there is one that I have been highly recommended to go and see, which I believe is called It's Vintage, which is brand new and it just opened this January. So I'm really curious to see what it's like. It's had lots of reviews and it looks really pretty from what I've seen in the pictures. So let's go together. First things first, what I'm doing is I'm getting myself a JoyRide. You'll have seen this in my first impressions video in Manila. It's really handy to get around. It's only going to cost me 50 pesos, so it's just me going today on my own. As you can tell, Connor is working away upstairs and he wants a little bit of a break, and personally shopping is kind of a me thing. He does like it too, but I really just want to get in there and show you guys what I find. Hopefully we might walk away with some lovely bargains. Obviously I'm not going to say no to some great finds if I find something that really takes my fancy. I've already actually made some purchases in the Philippines. I got a gorgeous blue tote bag, which you'll have seen in my BGC vlog, from a sustainable shop in the mall. And I also got a ring recently, which unfortunately I'm using the hand that I've got the ring on to hold the GoPro at this moment in time, but it's a really lovely ring that I got from a marketplace, and I'm just really loving it here. Filipinos are so friendly. I mentioned this in my first impressions video, and just getting around is so easy. You know, using JoyRide is very much kind of like Uber. So if you are traveling around on your own as well, obviously Connor's not with me today, but I will be sharing where I am, my location and things like that in terms of safety, which you can get visibility from looking on this app as well, that you can actually favorite locations on the app, which makes your life a lot easier when you're going to different destinations. So whether that is doing a bit of sightseeing, exploring like I am today, you know, checking out some vintage shops, or you know, you want to find out some really lovely brunch spots, it's just really handy to manage your day. And if you're like me and you like to get organized in this sort of way, it just is really helpful, especially when you're traveling on your own and you're just kind of doing everything on your own. So I'm just waiting to see if someone's going to pick me up, which at this moment in time it's still doing it. So let me cancel it and retry it. Sometimes that is the trick to do that. So I'll show you here if I can get the lighting to work for you here. Okay, so you go on the taxi. As you can see, pickup location is where I am, which is the Aero Suites, and the drop-off location, like I mentioned, I favorited everything beforehand. So I'm going to go here, It's Vintage, press done, and it should come up with the option here of how much that would charge. You also got the payment method to pay through cash or card. You can do it through card, but we found with our cards, I use Revolut, it doesn't always work, so I personally prefer to do cash. So let's see if it lets us find a driver. Fortunately, this is the case sometimes with this app. It doesn't always find you a driver on a motorcycle, so I'm going to try a car instead, which may hopefully give me more luck. This one's slightly more money, so if you are wanting to stick to a budget, obviously a motorcycle will be much cheaper because you're kind of looking at the lowest price of 50 pesos to get around. But for a car, it's given me a price of 115. I will have to wait and see if it actually helps me get someone, because it's been a bit strange today and not wanting to get me a driver, which I'm hoping happens soon. So me and my partner are traveling around the world. So we are both YouTubers. We want to capture the cultures around the world, the real culture and the things that people love here. So I spoke to Filipino women of beauty here, you know, how they dress, their skin, you know, very naturally beautiful Filipino women. They have very beautiful long hair. You know how to take care of yourself. you all know how to be careful in the sun, and that is something that foreigners, when they come to places like the Philippines, they get burnt. Very pale like me. This is it says, I don't know what that means. It's vintage. We're here. It might be a bit further down. He's just going to ask someone, I think.
Sir, saan ang vintage? Vintage.
It's vintage?
It's vintage.
Village, Sambona to, Legazpi Village.
Sambona to.
Pangatlong kanto sir, Legazpi.
Pangatlo? Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. Right, I'll leave you to get on with your day because I know you're a busy man, but I really appreciate your support, and I will find this vintage shop. Okay, how do I? Thank you. Just here from being in the Philippines, especially Manila. If you're using JoyRide, the taxi drivers are really keen to help you out. They want to give you recommendations and just have a really nice interaction, which is so nice. Just in the It's Vintage store now, and I've been met by a lovely shop assistant here.
Hi,
hello, what's your name?
Yeah, I'm Alex.
Alex, and she's been kindly chatting to me and letting me know that this store has been open for 2 years, and there's actually another shop as well. So where is that in the Philippines?
So this one is the It's Vintage Legazpi branch.
Yes.
We have the Salcedo branch, which is a 13-minute walk away.
Oh, okay. Because I noticed with walking around Manila, you can't always do that. You actually have to commute by JoyRide and things like that. So is it something that you can actually walk to, or do you recommend getting more of a taxi?
You can walk to it because there's an overhead walkway.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, it makes the walk faster. You don't have to pass the stoplights, pedestrian stoplights.
Yeah, cool. And can you tell me a bit about the vintage scene in Manila? Like, how has this kind of come about for you guys?
I guess, yeah, it's mostly social media.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are trying to find their individual styles.
Yes.
And from what I'm seeing, people prefer shopping secondhand because they find unique pieces that other people
this is what I'm about. She's on my way left. Alex gets me, because that's what I love about vintage fashion is the unique style of it. You actually find in most cases as well the quality is much better of the clothing because it's made, and in some ways it has like a very interesting story behind it, because the pieces that you find could have come from a different place in the world. It could have been worn, you know, from someone in a life event, and then it's been kind of passed on to you.
Yeah, actually that's what I like about our shirts, because like, you have like the most random events here.
Okay.
Like,
and how much do you sell these for?
Around, I know it starts at 700, but each of the shirts are individually priced.
Okay.
But yeah, I know there are like camp shirts here, marathon shirts, so it's cool because we don't have those here. We don't have like camps. We don't have, I mean, we only recently started doing marathons.
Yeah, I saw that, the fitness scene. And where do you stock this from? Is this sourced from the Philippines, or do you get it from other places?
Other places, mostly the UK, US, and Japan.
Oh, okay. So like a lot of the Japanese stuff. Where's the kind of Japanese stuff, or do you kind of like merge it all together?
It's actually merged all together.
Oh, okay, okay. And what would you say are like the popular things that people like to wear? Obviously your style's kind of a bit like mine. I would dress like this back home. For me, it's too hot. I'm like in my kind of shorts and stuff, which were like your jeans, but I cut up, because with shorts I find like the fits, especially like this kind of
looks like coming from jeans,
because it's not as tight, and in the UK sometimes the shorts are very short, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. So yeah, were you saying about like the t-shirts? That's 700 pesos, and it's all priced differently.
It's all priced differently depending on like the quality. Yeah, and the type of like the rarity of the shirt.
Okay. Yeah. I can see a lot of K-pop.
Yes.
Blackpink, I've noticed like the Korean.
This was here, honestly. Because I mean Blackpink's pretty recent, but then you know, someone's gonna love it. Yeah.
Would you say like a lot of the fashion influences are actually based on like Korean trends as well, like in the Philippines?
Actually, what I noticed here in the Philippines, it's very diverse because you have yeah, and you have people who are into like the island girl.
Yeah,
fashion.
yeah,
So it's like loose linen. Then you have people who are into K-pop who like doing layers and following K-pop trends.
Okay.
But then you also have people who like, I guess like me, like
Yeah, you're kind of more like rock and roll, like grungy. Yeah.
Because I do love rock music. I mean, I also like,
okay.
you know, other types of music, but then this is what I'm most comfortable in. So,
yeah, it's your like go-to outfit sort of thing. Yeah.
So what I like about the vintage scene here is I can find like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because I got secondhand online.
Okay, and how much did you pay for that?
Oh, this one was 2,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of pricey, but then the quality's
I like
really
your
good.
necklace, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
What, is this something you made?
Yes,
That is so cool.
Yeah, I just got a chain. Then these are like small, like keychains.
Oh, okay. And so you made like the collar and everything yourself.
Yeah.
That is wicked.
Thank you.
I have to keep note. You'll have to make me something like that.
People don't usually use Depop here. It's really just Carousel, Facebook Marketplace, or Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do people sell stuff on Instagram?
Yeah, actually it's more popular on Instagram because there are actual shops.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
so do people like put it on a page and then post the outfits, or is it like more like an actual business page and you can buy the item through a link? How does it work?
It's, yeah, they have drops, so they post the pieces.
Like as a carousel?
Yeah, like as a carousel.
And you
So-
pick and message them
Yeah.
what you want. Okay, that's interesting.
Then sometimes they have like pop-ups.
Yeah,
So that's what's more
that's
popular
what.
here.
Yeah, that's what some girls told me at the when I was at the BGC. I went to one of the pop-ups for a flip-flop brand, and they told me like there's a lot of like kilo vintage sales that happen in Manila as well. Yeah.
For the kilo ones, I'm not sure, but then I know there was like, especially here in Makati, and even in Quezon City. There are a bunch of brands like online Instagram thrift shops that come together in a certain venue.
Yeah.
And they just sell their stuff there physically, and people would flock there.
Yeah, and is it based on weight? Because we have that in the UK where you can buy like a kilo of clothes for a set price, which works really well.
We don't. I haven't experienced that here, but then what they do in the thrift pop-ups is something like this, like everything is individually priced.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have a browse and potentially walk away with some items, some new additions, because I've been collecting some very unique pieces from the Philippines. So you can keep an eye out of those in my future videos. I'll be wearing it, but I'll have a look personally for like t-shirts, because I think those are like really handy when you're traveling, and if you're fair-skinned like me, they're great for cover-ups. I like the shirts as well. One thing that I've noticed that a lot of British women like styling these sort of t-shirts with is swimwear. Like it's actually quite fun. It's like a beachy look.
Oh yeah. Like a cover-up, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of like why I like wearing like the shirts, because it's been handy for the bikes, like I mentioned. And then like the Harley Davidson, that is also a very cool t-shirt, Mary. Actually, it's McDonald's. It's like very retro.
Really nice.
Yeah. And then I really like this jacket as well. That's very, it's very, very pretty. Store, they actually have some pieces which the owner who owns this vintage shop originally had for his old brand, which is really cool, and it has all of the islands on it and a gorgeous lilac colour to it, which is a shade that both me and Connor really like. So the temptation is there to potentially purchase it, but as I mentioned to Alex, I've only got a backpack with me, so it's just not something I personally can take with me, because I am going to other places around the world. So I think on this occasion I can only take something small with me. But if you are traveling here, I do really highly recommend coming here. The stock is really cool and interesting. I want to show the attention to detail in the shop, which is so cool. I love these skateboards. It has a really cool retro vibe to it. You've also got artwork here. You've got like the nods to the US with the retro style. As the stock has come from different places, which is what I love. Vintage fashion, as you know, you find things that are really, really unique. You also find as well when certain trends come back, especially in the vintage scene, it's almost like a step back in time. And from just looking at this rack here, and also these belts and this bag in particular, it does remind me of my childhood, which is so cute. Really, really nice. Nice rings here. You've got the shorts too, which are a necessity if you're coming out to a warm place like this where it's quite humid. You got some hats here which I spotted straight away that I thought was pretty cool. I like my snack backs and caps, so I might give one a little bit of a try for you guys to see the fit. A lot of these tend to be unisex, but because they are more of the vintage style, they fit your head better, which works. But I think that's pretty cool. It has like a Harley Davidson vibe to it. 195 pesos, so it's kind of similar pricing to back home. You got some nice shades here, which are really, really cool. Which I might give a go. I might try these ones and see what they're like. It's really cool. All like this kind of like sci-fi trend is coming back now, which I've seen pop up quite a lot back home as well in the UK and on TikTok. As Alex mentioned, a lot of the trends are kind of generated from social media. So these shades are very much giving me a throwback to what my dad wore as a kid. These are very much like the sunglasses that are very fashionable at this moment in time, which a lot of A-list celebrities are starting to wear too. But I find with sunglasses you have to make sure it frames different points of your face, not just your nose, but also kind of where your eyebrows sit, and obviously for it to cover up your eyes. So these unfortunately are not the best fit for my shape, and some of the other ones are a little bit small. So I might try these kind of remind me of, again, some family glasses, very retro feel, and these are kind of like more like your kind of ski glasses, which are vintage to your ones, which is pretty cool. So you can get more luxury fashion items that are thrifted here too, which is really cool. But for now, I'm gonna sign off this vlog here. I hope you found this interesting and has encouraged you to come thrifting here in Manila. Let me know if you do purchase anything from any of the shops that I've recommended in the bio down below, and if you come to this store. For now, I want to say thank you to Alex and the team here for letting me come here and film today. It's really, really nice of them. But yeah, if you do come here, let me know what you purchase, and if you see Alex, give her a hug. For now, bye.